Welcome to America's heartland for Fox Sports coverage of the STP 400 at Kansas Speedway. I'm Mike Joy with Darrell Waltrip.
Mike, a very entertaining racetrack to come to. A lot of things in the area right here around the racetrack to go and do. And I'll tell you the thing that the drivers have got to pay attention to, those big cracks in the racetrack with the dark sealer. You'll see them. They really upset your race car. You got to be aware of those.
Kansas is a 1.5 mile track, but it's no cookie cutter. It has its own unique challenges. And out here in the Great Plains, they love their stock car racing. Big crowd on hand for today's running. Let's find out who's best in the Midwest.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Kansas Speedway for the 11th race of our NASCAR 15-second season. Of course, coming after that big win out in Talladega, and the 15 of Clint Bowyer's car is stopped on the racetrack because of a huge accident from qualifying, which is now causing big problems. Once again, just like we saw last episode of Richmond, it's striking here once again in Kansas. We're already on the outside back here in 21st. We stay green for now because Bowyer is facing straight. But we're going to see what happens when we come around to 3 and 4. When he's sitting there in the middle of the racetrack, this could be one of the wildest races we may have ever seen. So now we're 3 wide, 4 wide for position, trying to fight our way up on the top 20. The outside, Tony Stewart. We fence it, lose some spots there. Down the back stretch, we continue to race. So here we go into 3 and 4. The 15 of Bowyer. There he is in the middle of the racetrack. Watch out, who's gonna hit him? Oh, interruption! Cars are slamming cars. The whole field is flipping and flying. Word that the whole pack is absolutely demolished. The huge mega eruption strikes at Kansas. Martin Truex Jr. hit Clint Bowyer head on, killed my line, which is the outside, and pretty much the entire field. I mean, look at the instant stop. Bang! Look at the hit. He goes flying to their steps. Oh, Blaney's flying. Cole Witt is flying. We got 3-4 cars upside down, flipping, flying through the air. Boys now backwards on pit road. We're wrecking. The whole damn field is wrecked. What just happened? We just witnessed an insanity here at Kansas. So we're going to come down pit road. So we pit. We face through Clint Bowyer's car. So now we're back here in 37th. As we're trying to get back to the green to take the green, the caution is going to come out because of Clint Bowyer's stopped car on the racetrack. And this is just going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening over and over again until we get to the third and final green-white checkered attempt of this race. So we're just going to cut right to that and save you the time and suffering having to see this caution come out over and over and over and over again. So now we're going to move right on to lap 33 of 32 because the game is really now breaking now. But it's in reality, this is actually going to end up being a 1-lap shootout for the win instead of 2, which I didn't realize at the time of this. So now we're in 5th here on this race. We're already moving by into 4th. Looking past Jeff Gordon for 3rd. So we're already in 3rd place. Now you got to try to beat AJ Allmendinger and Brian Vickers to win this race and a 1-lap dash back to the start-finish line. We're already gaining time on the 47. AJ Allmendinger trying to go after it here on this final restart of the race. As every man for himself racing back to the line. We go underneath the 47 to take 2nd. I don't realize I need to get Vickers too, so we just stay content here, forcing Allmendinger up into the wall to take 2nd from him and back to the start-finish line. Because it's only a 1-lap dash, Brian Vickers is going to win in Kansas, and we are going to end up with a runner-up finish. 2nd place in a weird glitchy race. I'll honestly take a runner-up finish, but it's very odd. So we end up 2nd here in Kansas because of the huge crash earlier and then the glitch, and we end up just about, I think, 1 lap short of getting to Brian Vickers. And the final race results, of course, Brian Vickers, your winner. Now into the chase for the 2nd straight season with a win. This time, I mean, just out of left field, mega upset. Myself, of course, fastest lap of the race, your runner-up, just, you know, didn't have enough race to do it because the Clint Bowyer car kept coming out and out and out and out. Matt Kenseth going to be in 3rd place. Jeff Gordon comes home in 4th. Jeb Burton rounds out your top 5. AJ Allmendinger 6th. JJ Haley in 7th. Hamlin 8th. Regan Smith 9th. Michael Waltrip rounds out your top 10. Then Logano, Dale Jr., Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick inside the top 15. Larson, Biffle, Kirbush, Casey Kane inside the top 20. Then you're going to find Ryan Newman down 24th. Tony Stewart down in 30th. Kyle Busch 31st. Edwards 33rd. Keselowski 34th. Austin Dillon with 28 laps finishes 36th. And DNFs Truex, Stenhouse, Chase Elliott, Danica Patrick, and Clint Bowyer, among many others who DNF from the absolute chaos of an initial crash. So Brian Vickers, your winner here in Kansas. Now we're going to see the quick little standings check here after this glitch race. It's going to be really weird. I mean, we remained the points leader because we got 2nd. We did real well. So we still have our 4 wins, are easily into the chase. Denny Hamlin, 2 wins. Matt Kenseth, he won his race. And, of course, Vickers and Jeff Gordon have their 1 win a pop. And Kane, Biffle, Harvick, Jr., McMurray, Allmendinger looking good on points, you know, as well as Carl Edwards. Cole Witt, Joey Logano, Paul Menard, Clint Bowyer, Kyle Larson in that general vicinity of playoff contention, as well as Stewart. He has a win, so he's actually in. As we throughout the rest of the standings here, Kyle Busch struggling a little bit, still trying to get back in the top 25 in points. Same for Brad Keselowski. And Ryan Blaney has his one win, barely trying to hang on to the top 30 in points as David Gillen's last in points. Now we're going to move on to the All-Star race, an exhibition next up after this. So here we are to the, NASCAR All-Star race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway in the feature event of stock car racing's All-Star Night, the Sprint All-Star Race. I'm Mike Joy with Darrell Waltrip.
Pretty simple, Mike. Checkers or wreckers. Everybody builds a special car for this race because it's a special race. A lot of money, no points. It's boys have at it at its finest.
No points? No problem. Some teams approach this race as bring home the checkered flag or just bring back the steering wheel and let it all hang out. A lot of fans, a lot of money on the line. Why not? It's the Sprint All-Star Race, and it's ready to go.
Hello everybody and welcome to the All-Star Race now here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we try to go back-to-back seasons winning the All-Star Race, we already start at a disadvantage. We are already a good chunk behind the pack because we messed up on our All-Star Race qualifying lap because I forgot what the format was and accidentally came down pit road in the first lap instead of waiting until the second lap. So it qualifies as 43rd. So we basically just made up that amount of car lengths here into turn 1 here in 20th. Already working by Martin Truex Jr., trying to work by Trevor Bayne and David Reagan as well as Ryan Blaney. As we work our way back here from 18th place, 26th race. This is only a 3-lap opening segment of the race, so we're trying to do everything we can here to move it quickly through this 3-lap initial segment to get into the best track position possible, and if possible, try to win the segment and start on pole in the final, 2-lap dash to win the race. We get the fastest lap on the opening lap of racing, already in the top 15, now taking 14th away from the 4. Kevin Harvick, a little bit of contact up on the wall, goes the 4. He's going to wipe out and spin behind us. There goes Harvick into the wall. They're crashing, and the caution will come out, ending the segment early, and we will come home 14th in segment 1 as Harvick wipes out behind us after we pinched him into the wall. He just completely loses control and wrecks behind us, bringing out the caution flag. So Tony Stewart wins segment 1 and will start on pole for the final segment tonight, looking to win his All-Star race. He's now going to get back underway. Restart here in 13th place, right behind Regan Smith and Greg Biffle alongside Keselowski. Contact, we force our way to the bottom. Force Keselowski to check up through the grass, move him away. He's just going to slow way down behind us, become out of relevance. So now we got to work this second segment here on lap 4. Restart in P10. Now inside the top 10, really trying to get up there to the front of this pack. We see the pack right in front of us. What can we do? Which speed can we show? We never really get to show it because of the caution on that second lap of the opening segment. Into the wall goes 16 and Biffle. Big contact after myself. And now here comes the inside. Here comes Hamlin. And we're wrecking already. There goes Hamlin and Blaney. We're crashing. We get turned to the inside and go spinning across the infield here in segment 2 of the All-Star race. Not the way we wanted to start out this race. An absolute shambles right now. So you had a lift up the track. Denny Hamlin drives through us. Blaney turns us and into the pack behind us. There goes David Reagan around. And then we go silently spinning here to the infield grass. But we really avoid any major damage. I think that's the important part. So we are A-OK. And we'll stay out on the racetrack here and restart in the 11th position for this probably final lap or two of this segment. A huge check up there by Kevin Harvick. We go right by him. Huge check on the outside. We're really making moves here early in this second segment, going by both Busch brothers now. The Busch brothers sandwich. We clear both of them as we now try to go after Devin Denny Hamlin for 3rd place. We've already put ourselves in a great spot track position-wise by staying on the racetrack and having a great restart. It's just Matt Kenseth, Jeff Gordon, and Denny Hamlin we got to try to beat here to win the second segment. Still start on the front row in that final segment. Huge run in the back of the 11. Denny Hamlin into the back of him. He's going to get loose up into Jeff Gordon in the wall. They both go. We use them both up. Take second, and there's Kenseth driving away back to the start-finish line, and we are going to take the last lap of segment number 2. Can we chase down Matt Kenseth this one lap? We are going to try our absolute best here to try to steal this second segment away from Matt Kenseth, but it's going to be tough. We really got to go chase him down up ahead. As we now move down the backstretch here, moving on to lap number 8. We are on pace to set the fastest lap of the race, break our own personal best. Big run of Matt Kenseth. Nice gain through 3 and 4. We're going to lift a little bit exit to 4. Kenseth, though, back to the line. Matt Kenseth wins segment 2 of the All-Star race. We'll come home second, just short of chasing down that 20. So Tony Stewart and Matt Kenseth will be your front row for the final segment. And we are now in the perfect position now, as now we'll have start second place track position. And we're going to try to take this third segment as Matt Kenseth gets it done in segment number 2, besting us. And we're going to stay on the racetrack. Restart alongside Kenseth here on lap 8. Can we get it done? We're going to race him here for the lead instantly on the restart. And once he gets our first line contact being made, we're going to pinch him all the way down like we did Keselowski into the grass. He checks up, but we continue to be side by side. Big contact. We force him below the apron. And now a huge check for Kenseth. We almost wreck, and he wipes down the outside wall. And there goes all of Matt Kenseth's positions. But it's not going to matter because he's starting second in the final segment anyway. But now we got battle Kurt Busch and Brad Keselowski for the segment win. It is an intense battle. Keselowski on my outside, Kurt Busch on my inside, but we get a real good corner there for 3 and 4 on a real good entry. But we bounce off the wall and get a worse exit. Keselowski now with a big run out of 4 to our back bumper. We throw a block and then block low, block high now with 10 laps to go in this race, but only a couple more laps in segment 3. We look to pull away from Keselowski here in 1 and 2 to try to secure this third segment win and starting third in that final segment, which might be one of the better positions to start. And now we move on right to the last lap of segment, lap 11. We come through to win the third segment here. We're going to start on third place in the final segment with this strong segment 3 victory. See, a quick look at it. So it'll be Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth, myself, your top 3 as we await who will start 4th alongside myself, being the segment 4 winner or the highest finishing driver who has not already locked in their spot to the top 3 starting lineup. We restart in 9th after pit stops. With 7 to go in this race, pretty much only like 3 laps until the end of the segment. We already go to Tony Stewart, a huge checkup for Truex right there. We fly right by him and Tony Stewart. Now we're on the inside of 27 of Paul Menard as we continue to work our way up through this field here early in this 4th and final segment. A little squeeze off of the wall. There goes Stewart and Menard. We make an incredible save to the inside. Off the side of Paul Menard, hanging on to the car, keeping in contention here, trying to drive back up and get back-to-back segment with huge check on the bottom of the 16. Biffle's pitting. We slam into him, and now we're down the track, and they're open front. Big wreck. There goes Trevor Bayne off of Blaney, and the caution will come out once again for the 6 of Trevor Bayne getting spun after Biffle tried to pit from the bottom of the racetrack right in front of me. I don't know what he was thinking. And so, he hits the back as the 6 of Trevor Bayne. Just completely spins him, overcorrects hard on the outside wall for Bayne. Big for Keselowski upside down with Brian Vickers. Both up and over, upside down, crashing into the rest of the pack. Absolute chaos breaking loose here in Charlotte. And now we stay on the racetrack with our fresh fuel. We restart alongside Ryan Blaney here. And now we're going to clear Blaney and take the lead here. Clear him and Kurt Busch here for this final 4th and final segment here with probably just a 1-lap dash here. It's going to be like a 2-lap dash to decide the segment. We are clear of Kurt Busch. Here comes Colonel Sanders behind us. David Reagan in the 34. Huge run. We throw a big block. Squeeze him up the track into the wall into 3 and 4. They save it. What a block on Reagan and Kurt Busch. Now they fall a ways back behind us. And now we're just going to try to drive away for the sweep the last 2 segments of this race. Now on to the last lap of this second segment of racing. This 4th segment of racing. We lead Jeff Gordon now, who is now in the position to be starting in 4th, as he's the highest running driver who has not won a segment yet, because of course he won segment 3. So Jeff Gordon now in position to start alongside us, the top 4 segment winners for the final 2-lap dash to decide a winner. And we come to 3 and 4 for the final time here in segment number 4. We're going to go back-to-back segment wins, sweeping stages 3 and 4 here at the All-Star Race. As our number 48 Lowe's Power Pride Chevrolet seems to have a lot of speed. Let's hope we can make it work in that final 2-lap dash. So Stewart, Kenseth, myself, Jeff Gordon, your top 4 for the final run. Now we're all going to come down pit road to make our mandatory pit stops. And now I move on to the 2-lap dash. Stewart, Kenseth in front of myself, and we're alongside Jeff Gordon. We're green and underway. 2 laps to go in the All-Star race. Who's going to be $1 million richer? Tony Stewart, Kenseth on the front row right in front of us. Here into turn 1 and 2, we're going to go a little bit low, entry to the corner, get underneath the 20 of Kenseth. Try to fight our way up into second here. Moving our way towards the backstretch. We're going to side drive Tony Stewart, exactly what he wants to see. Us making contact back here. Oh my god, Denny Hamlin, Greg Biffle, where did he come from? 3 wide for a second. We send it in 3 and 4. Cleared both the 16 and the 20. We got a big run on Tony Stewart. Coming to take the white flag this time for the All-Star race. We got a huge run, a white flag. Final lap of the All-Star race. And in the back of Tony Stewart, contact. Up the wall he goes. There goes the 14 of Stewart. And he'll fall all the way down the orders. We put him in the wall. Battling for the win here in the All-Star race. Unbelievable. And now we're down the backstretch. Just got to hold off Matt Kenseth behind us for the final corners here. And we will be back-to-back All-Star race winners through 3 and 4 for the final time. It's going to happen. We are going to come back from a rough start. And we are going to win the All-Star race, sweeping all last 3 segments. As with an incredible bump and stump and run on Tony Stewart. We get the job done, win the All-Star race for the second season in a row here in the NASCAR 15 season. And a nice way to end off this episode on a good note. So we had a runner-up at Kansas earlier, then the All-Star race win, leading the most laps, fastest lap of the race. Matt Kenseth runner-up, Denny Hamlin third, Biffle fourth, Regan Smith fifth, Jeff Gordon sixth, Kurt Busch seventh, Brad Keselowski comes home 8th, David Reagan 9th, and Brian Vickers runs out your top 10. You got Truex 11th, Harvick is in 12th, Newman 13th, Kyle Busch 14th, Edwards in 15th, Tony Stewart 17th, Blaney 18th, Kane 19th, and Trevor Bayne is last in 20th. And so until next episode, I hope you all have a good one.